Hello, my name is Deanna Shelley, and I'm the Transfer Coordinator at West Kentucky Community and Technical College. Today, I'm here to talk with you about completing the transfer process to a four-year college or university. With some planning and preparation, transferring can be a very smooth and seamless experience. One of the major themes of FYE 105 is learning how to chart your own course. This includes planning and mapping out each semester to guarantee that you graduate on time. This is crucial if you are planning to transfer. An ideal transfer plan will allow you to complete 2 years at WKCTC, then transfer and complete the rest of your degree within 2 years. Today, I want to provide you with the tools to make your transfer experience as seamless as possible. If you plan to transfer to a public institution within the state of Kentucky, there are transfer policies that provide you with guarantees regarding course transferability. There are 8 transfer options for public institutions within the state of Kentucky. The General Education Transfer Policy states that any student who has completed an Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree will automatically transfer in with junior status and fulfill all university general education requirements. If you plan to transfer before completion of your Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree, then you will want to concentrate on full general education certification. Completion of the top 33 credit hour block of Gen Ed courses will fulfill all the university general education requirements. As we look at the Associate in Arts degree, on the screen you will see each general education course required in the 33 hours of general education courses. These include English 101 and 102, Oral Communications, Humanities, Heritage, also known as History, Quantitative Reasoning, also known as Math, and Science with a Science Lab, and 3 Social and Behavioral Science courses. Please remember that even though you will have completed the requirements for Gen Ed certification, you are still required to meet specific major requirements at your transfer school. For example, as you saw on the Associate in Arts degree, you are required to complete 3 social, behavioral, and science courses. WKCTC does not have a preference as to which social behavioral science courses that you take, as long as they are in the social behavioral science category. If, however, you know that you want to transfer, you can select courses that both meet our requirement for social behavioral sciences, as well as meeting transfer requirements for your transfer school. Even though you have fulfilled university general education requirements, you are still required to complete the university graduation requirements. For example, University of Louisville requires you to complete 2 cultural diversity courses to graduate. If you know this information early, you can research which courses you would like to complete and incorporate these into your Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree requirements. You will also want to be aware of any foreign language requirements. For example, Murray State University requires any student completing a Bachelor of Arts to fulfill certain foreign language requirements. Some of you may select an in-state four-year public institution for transfer. However, some of you may be interested in transferring to a private college in Kentucky or even an out-of-state college or university. Normally, private institutions in Kentucky will accept the AA or AS to meet the general education requirements at their institution. However, it is always best to contact your transfer institution to confirm that they will accept these courses to meet their general education requirements. You will also need to check on specific major and graduation requirements. Some private institutions require a certain number of religion courses to graduate. If you plan to transfer to an out-of-state college, there is no guarantee of courses being accepted unless there are transfer agreements in place. For example, West Kentucky has an agreement in place with Southern Illinois University that states that students completing the AA or AS degree will fulfill the general education requirements at SIU. So if you plan to transfer out of state, you will need to contact that university to discuss their admissions and transfer process. You will also need to send them updated copies of your transcript after each semester so that your file is up to date. Communication with your advisor at the four-year institution is crucial, as well as researching the tuition rates for out-of-state students. There are 5 basic steps to ensure that you are on track and prepared to complete the transfer process. The first step is to select a college and major. Many of you may be undecided on your major right now, but it is better to select a major and follow that transfer plan than to not have a plan at all. You can change your transfer plan later if your career pathway changes. The second step is to determine the prerequisites or required courses for your major. To do this, you will need to go to the four-year college's website and look at the undergraduate catalog. Do not use the departmental website for your major, as this may or may not be up to date on degree requirements for your program. The catalog is always the most current source for academic requirements. Let's go through an example of looking at course requirements for a program in the undergraduate catalog using the social work degree at Murray State University. First, go to murraystate.edu and then click on Academics. Next, click on Registrar's Office, then click Go to Catalogs. Then click on Catalogs, then select the most current academic bulletin. Then you will click on Academic Colleges and Departments. And as we scroll through the academic colleges and departments, you will see that social work is under the College of Education and Human Services. You will scroll down and click on the social work program. This will take you directly to the degree requirements for social work. You always want to review the university studies requirements to see which general education courses that you can incorporate into your Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree. For the social work degree, you can see that you will need to take CSC 199, Introduction to Information Technology. You will also need American Government, General Psychology, and Intro to Sociology. You will also want to look at all 100 and 200 level courses under required courses. Many times you will be able to take an equivalent course for these classes at West Kentucky. Now that we have looked at the courses required for the social work degree at Murray State, you are ready for the next step. You can determine the course equivalencies at West Kentucky by going to the Transfer Equivalency page on the West Kentucky website. First, you will go to our transfer website by going to westkentucky.kctcs.edu. Then you will scroll down and click on the Transfer tab. Then you will click on Transfer from WKCTC, then click on Transfer Equivalencies, then Murray State University, and then you will select Kentucky for your state, then click Enter. Then you will select West Kentucky CTC as your college. You will then see a listing of all West Kentucky courses on the left side, and you will see how those courses transfer to Murray State University on the right side. If you will remember, one of the requirements we saw on the social work degree at Murray State was Soc 133, Intro to Sociology. If you scroll down and find Soc 133 on the right side of the equivalency page, you will see that Soc 101 at WKCTC is equivalent to Soc 133 at Murray State. If you have any issues finding equivalencies for your major, please reach out to your academic advisor or ask your FYE instructor for assistance. Reviewing the transfer website is the fourth step. So since we are already on this page, let's look at a few more important things that will help you create your transfer plan. In addition to the transfer equivalencies on the transfer page, you will also see that there is a link for transfer advising plans. If you click on this link, you will see there are a variety of transfer advising plans already developed for many degree plans at four-year institutions. If you click on Murray State University, you will see that there is already a transfer advising plan available for social work. Please remember to always review the catalog at your four-year institution in addition to using the transfer plans on our website. Curriculum changes often, and it is always better to check the catalog and make sure nothing has changed after reviewing the transfer plan on the West Kentucky website. If you do not see your major listed and are having trouble creating your transfer plan, you can scroll to the bottom of this page and click on the Transfer Plan Request button. Once you complete the request form, it will be sent to the transfer coordinator. Please allow 3 weeks for completion of your request. The next page on the transfer website is the Transfer Visits and Events page. Check here for information regarding any on-campus and/or virtual visits scheduled by four-year schools, as well as transfer fair information, MSU VIP days, etc. Making connections early with your transfer school is crucial, so take advantage of these visits and events. The last page we will look at is the MSU VIP Connect page. This is a service offered to students interested in transferring to Murray State University. Signing up for the MSU VIP program allows you to be in the communication pipeline early with Murray State to receive correspondence regarding transfer. If you would like to sign up to participate in the MSU VIP program, click here. The last of our transfer steps is to learn how the transfer process actually works. The first step in the transfer process is to apply for admissions. Deadlines vary by institution, so make sure that you research the deadlines. The second step is to send your transcripts from all colleges attended. If you're transferring before completion of 24 credit hours, or you are transferring to the University of Kentucky, you will also need to send them your high school transcript and your ACT scores. It is important to make sure that your Gen Ed certification that we discussed earlier is noted on your transcript before you send it. You can do this by looking at your unofficial transcript in your student self-service account. If you need to send copies of your transcript before you complete the general education certification, you will need to remember that your 4-year degree audit information that you receive could be inaccurate. Always remember to make sure your transfer school knows that you plan to finish the AA or the AS degree before you transfer, or that you plan to be fully Gen Ed certified prior to your transfer. This is the number one reason that students are advised to take courses that they do not need after they transfer. The third step is to apply for scholarships and housing if you plan to live on campus. Anytime you're planning out your transfer, you want to plan at least 1 year in advance. Scholarship deadlines are usually very early. Do not wait until your last semester to start the transfer process, as this could be too late. You want to start the process sometime during your 3rd semester. The fourth step is to add your 4-year school to your FAFSA, and finally, make sure you prepare yourself for the additional cost of transferring to a 4-year institution. Many times, students are shocked by the increase in tuition at 4-year institutions versus tuition cost at WKCTC. Let's take a look at the tuition costs of some of our 4-year institutions versus community college tuition costs. UK is the most expensive public institution in the state, with U of L and Western Kentucky University close behind. Murray State University is the second least expensive institution in the state, and Kentucky State University has the lowest in-state tuition cost. Be prepared to pay approximately triple the cost if you plan to transfer out of state, unless we have an agreement with an out-of-state university, such as SIU. SIU allows our students to pay in-state tuition rates. And remember, these rates do not include housing, meal plans, books, or fees. Also, you can expect to pay higher tuition rates if you plan to enroll in online courses. Here are a few examples of transfer scholarships for some in-state institutions as well as Southern Illinois University. One thing to remember is that transfer scholarships vary by institution. Some colleges only offer scholarships to transfer students who transfer in the fall semester. This applies to UK and Southern Illinois University. Others will offer transfer scholarships to students transferring in the fall or in the spring semesters. This is true of Murray State University and Western Kentucky University. Another thing to remember about scholarships is that there may be different deadlines for transfer versus institutional scholarships. For example, by applying by the February 1st deadline at Murray State University, you are considered for both institutional and transfer scholarships. However, if you miss this deadline, you can still apply for the transfer scholarship. Instead of an Associate in Arts or Associate in Science degree, some of you may be pursuing an Associate in Applied Science degree in one of our technical areas. Please remember that transfer is an option for everyone. There is a transfer pathway to a 4-year degree for every major that we offer. Whether your degree is in welding, medical lab technician, or criminal justice, there is a pathway for everyone. Some of the more popular examples for transfer pathways for applied technology and allied health majors are technology management, manufacturing engineering technology, health science, healthcare administration, and more. There are also completer degrees for students transferring from our Business and Computer Information Technology degree to a computer science degree program at several different universities, including Murray State and Western Kentucky University. The good thing about these degrees is that the majority of these degrees can be completed 100% online, so that you will not have to travel to that campus to complete the degree. I hope that this presentation has helped you have a better understanding of the steps involved in creating your transfer plan. Please remember to reach out to your FYE instructor or your academic advisor if you need assistance in creating your plan. Lastly, remember, you've got this.